Good evening and thanks for watching this episode of CTV News. I'm Kaitlyn Connolly.
And I'm Karsen Bushjost. Well, we started the show with information about mental health awareness among college students. Efforts to understand the signs of stress and depression and what people, and specifically CSU students, can do if they need help. CSU Health Network has a variety of resources for any students who may be feeling overwhelmed or depressed about school or anything that may be on their mind. The Thriving Groups program offers educational groups with skill building and also offers therapeutic groups. Students should also know if they need any counseling advice at all, it's easily available.
Every semester, a student is entitled to 5 free counseling sessions with a professional therapist. And those folks are great at exploring issues that are facing students, whether it's about homesickness, whether it's feeling stressed and overwhelmed and anxious, or struggling with depression and feeling like need to fit in.
With midterms coming up, many students are starting to feel nervous with tests and relationships. And we may have a way for you to discuss some of your options and deal with strategies to improve your mental health. I took to campus to see what and how students handle things and the resources they use at CSU. Here at Colorado State University, we are fortunate to have a medical service on campus that provides to students' needs. But what many students don't know is the free counseling services that the school has to offer.
Yeah, I have heard about the services provided at Hartshorn, and I think they're really good services provided for students because they can be really helpful.
CSU provides 5 free counseling services a semester at Hartshorn and encompasses everything from stress, anxiety, couples counseling, and depression.
And I know I personally used them when I had issues with stress, and just really getting someone that has that training and that background and can take that outside approach to what you're experiencing. They can really give you an insight as to what's going on and how you can better address it and just get through whatever issues you're having.
Students using these services have been very optimistic about the outcomes from sitting down with a professional and even just talking about their feelings.
Let it out, and if you had to write about it in a journal, talk about it with someone just to get that out of your system and be able to vent, basically.
CSU Health Network Psychiatry Services is staffed by board-certified psychiatrists as well as psychiatric nurse practitioners that are there to specifically help students with any mental health concerns.
Yeah, I would, just because as college students I feel like we are under a lot of stress with school and social life, so I think it'd be a really good opportunity for students.
Make sure to check out Hartshorn and sign up for up to 5 free counseling services. We strongly urge students to use the resources provided by the CSU Health Network. There's a variety of counseling services offered, such as individual and group counseling sessions, learning assistance consultations, emergency services, and more. If you believe that you or anyone else is in any sort of danger, please do not hesitate to make an appointment.
According to the American Freshman Survey, the emotional health of incoming college freshmen is at its lowest point in the last 3 decades, and reports more students are spending time doing homework and less time socializing with friends. The survey also shows that of the 153,000 first-year students at over 200 public and private institutions in 2014, only 50.7% reported that their emotional health was above average. It also reported nearly 10% of the students said they frequently felt depressed. This is the highest student report feeling that level of depression since 1988 and 3.4% higher than 2009.
Another study identifies the signs and symptoms of common mental health issues for college students, reporting 1 in 4 students have diagnosable illnesses and 40% of those students do not seek help. In addition to this, 80% feel overwhelmed by their responsibilities and 50% have been so anxious they struggle in school.
Many pre-med students may not know about a useful club on campus. The Premedica Club is for students interested in becoming physicians, physician assistants, or podiatrists. The club meets every other Wednesday in Clark 102 at 6:30. Premedica involves volunteer work and also getting familiar with the work of various doctors. The club often has speakers that come and talk to students.
What they do, volunteer opportunities there. Sometimes they're physicians or PAs or healthcare providers, sometimes medical schools. And so it's an opportunity to just get information, a lot of questions and answers. People talk about their career routes, their paths.
Coming up after the break, Elizabeth Prasse has our weather forecast. And Karsen, I'm really hoping that the weather stays warm.
Fingers crossed. And sports anchor Grace Reeder has a trivia game for us, apparently.
Uh-oh.
We'll be right back.
Oh, hey there, Rams. Today is a great day to play in the LSC. So let's take a look at our ballrooms, theater, and art galleries. The LSC ballrooms, which are the busiest venue in northern Colorado, have been recently renovated. The Laurie Student Center Theater can be transformed to feature films, concerts, lectures, entertainment, and banquets. And last but not least, the Karsen Gallery provides a showcase for the creations of local and student artists.
Welcome back, Rams. I'm weather anchor Elizabeth Prasse with your latest weather update. Now, today we saw a mixture of sunshine and clouds, and it was quite a windy day. Now, this past weekend, it certainly felt like spring, and actually Denver had a high of 70 degrees on Friday. Now, this is the third 70-degree day that Denver has had this year, and that's the first time ever in history that Denver has had 3 70-degree days this early in the year, but we will have a different story tonight. So looking out across the state, we can see our lows are going to be well below that freezing mark. 38 degrees in Grand Junction, 22 degrees in Telluride, 13 in Gunnison, 15 degrees in Vail, and right at the freezing mark in Denver. Now, currently here in Fort Collins, it is 46 degrees, and we do have partly cloudy skies. Now, with those winds coming out of the northwest at 10 miles per hour, it does feel more like 42 degrees. So you're still going to want a jacket as you head out to the men's basketball game this evening. Now, taking a look at that evening plan, we can see those clouds are going to stick around, and that's because we have a cool front moving through. As you can see, as we get closer to midnight, we're going to have a chance of rain and a snow-like mixture, but I say it's a very slight chance because most of that precipitation is going to be to the south of us. And taking a look at your highs for tomorrow, we can see where that system is moving through. It's going to be 42 in Craig, 36 in Zero, but look at this, 53 in Grand Junction, 34 in Gunnison, and then we've got 40s along the I-25 corridor, and then 51 degrees in Fort Collins. Now, taking a look at your Wednesday plan, as you can see, head out the door tomorrow morning, we will have some clouds. It's going to be 34, but as the day progresses, those clouds are going to burn off and give way to sunshine as we heat up to a nice 50 degrees. So it's going to be a pleasant February day today, or I'm sorry, tomorrow. Now, taking a look at that 7-day forecast, we can see as that cold front moves through, we will cool down, but then this weekend will still be nice. It's not going to be quite as spring-like as this past weekend, but with those sunny skies, we still have highs in the upper 50s and 60s. It's going to be a great chance to enjoy those sunny skies and whatever you have planned for this Valentine's Day weekend before we have another storm system moving through in the middle of next week. So Kaitlyn, Karsen, make sure you take advantage of the sunny skies and enjoy Valentine's Day.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth. CTV reporter Rachel Vigil took to the streets of CSU and CU to see what students were saying about the Rocky Mountain Showdown.
Well, Rams, what if I told you that the Rocky Mountain Showdown at Sports Authority Field at Mile High was going to be canceled? CU is planning on canceling the game starting in 2020. I talked to students from both CSU and CU about what they thought about this.
Is clearly a little bit frightened at the potential that we're going with here. We've got a brand new stadium coming in. That's pretty intimidating.
I think it's pretty cowardly. I mean, it's just another reason why CSU is better than CU, obviously.
I do not like it at all. I think it's a really good opportunity for CU and CSU kids to come together and show support for their schools.
I think it's kind of sad because, I don't know, it gives you a chance to have that Colorado rivalry. And
disappointed. I think it's a really exciting event. It brings everyone together, and yeah, I just think the future needs to see that.
Oh, I didn't know it was being canceled. I think that a lot of students are going to be disappointed because it's kind of the first big game of the season, and it was where I first went to the game with all my friends, so I feel like it'll be kind of disappointing.
I also got to talk to a CSU football player about the experience and the crowd for future Rams.
All those players won't get to experience going down to Denver and facing the #1 rival. The crowd is way bigger. When you play CU, CSU, you're reaching out to a majority of adults, older people, rather than just college students. When you go to Hughes, it's just college students, but you're getting alum that are going to CU, CSU games, and pretty much everyone from around the state, because Denver's the focal point around the state. So.
Changes its mind about the showdown and continues the tradition. Stay up to date with the Rocky Mountain Showdown cancellation news by staying up to date with CTV at 8 and checking out collegian.com. Well, our sports anchor Grace Reeder is now with us. Grace, what are your thoughts on the annual showdown possibly coming to an end?
That's unfortunate just because it's a good way to kind of determine how the teams are going to be at the beginning of the season, but
it's a big rivalry.
And it's always fun just to go and watch,
exactly.
especially at the stadium.
I'm going to do something different on my show today. It seems that all we've been talking about is basketball, basketball, and more basketball. So today we're going to play a game called Name That CSU Sport, Kaitlyn's favorite.
Oh, no.
I'm going to name you some recent information about a CSU team, and then my fellow anchors are going to try and guess which team it is.
You got
Ready?
this.
Okay.
We're ready.
All right. This team is just starting out its season, and as of yesterday, it is sitting in 3rd place at the Gold Rush by Southern California Dealers Tournament. Name that team.
I have no clue. You know?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. I'm good at sports, but you guys are not.
Golf.
There you go.
Women's golf?
Yes.
Yay.
The women's golf team is on its way to its first top 3 win since 2012. Elizabeth Prasse is in the first place for the team with a score of 6 over par, and the tournament will continue on Tuesday. Alrighty then. This next team went to New Mexico last weekend for the Hotel in Canada Invitational. They unfortunately lost 3 games and won 2. Name that team.
It's not swimming, is it?
It's not. All right, this will be a home run if you get it.
Baseball.
Try the girls' form of that.
Softball.
There you go.
Close.
The softball team will travel to Texas for the Texas Classic next week. For our next sport, this team came in 2nd at the Adidas Classic and has produced several Mountain of the Week athletes since its season began. Name that team.
Mountain of the Week athletes.
Gosh.
You have limited sports left, you guys.
Swimming?
I'm good.
Nope.
Gosh.
Try another one. It's another
Guess that
endurance
last time.
sport.
Endurance.
Running, track.
There you go.
Woo, there we go.
The men and women's track team. After a break, the team will be sent to both the Don Kirby Classic in Albuquerque and the Husky Classic in Seattle on February 13th and 14th. One more sport for you guys. This is one you should know because it's all I've been talking about for the past month, so I'm going to leave it for Kaitlyn only. All you get to know is that over the weekend, the Rams defeated a challenging Mountain West opponent by only 1 point. What am I talking about?
Basketball.
Woo! She got it.
There you go.
The
That was
basketball
impressive.
team defended UNLV on Saturday by only 1 point. Tonight they will be playing New Mexico at home at 9 o'clock. That's the end of my game. Thanks for participating, you guys.
Thank you so much. So I didn't get that many of the questions, but I think that most of us already predicted that. But thank you, Grace.
I thought I was going to do better than I did, so don't worry about it. I thought I'd have your back, but apparently not. Well, when we come back, we will find out who's running for mayor and see what new restaurant is opened up and serving one of the college kids' favorite foods.
We'll be right back. Oh.
It's cold outside today, Rams. What better way to warm up than to gather in the LSC? The new and improved Senate chambers located in the renovated ASCSU office was modeled to match the state legislature in Denver. Reserve the Longs Peak Meeting Room in room 302. There are approximately 23 other new meeting rooms designed for your needs. Reserve one of these rooms through the event planning office.
The mayoral race for City of Fort Collins has a new candidate. Wade Troxell announced today that he will be running in the April 7th election. Troxell is a Fort Collins City Council member and the Associate Dean for Mechanical Engineering at Colorado State. Mayor Karen Wyckonaut is seeking re-election, and the only other candidate so far is Ward Luthai, the founder and president of Walking the World.
There's a new ramen master in town that's putting a gourmet spin on classic ramen. The new restaurant had its grand opening last Monday, unveiling its location at the corner of LaPorte Avenue and Mason Street. Ramen master customers design their own bowls, choosing from a selection of noodles, broths, proteins, and toppings like seasonal vegetables, eggs, fish cakes, and seaweed. The restaurant idea was inspired by quick-serve noodle restaurants common in Japan.
We're making a variety of noodles and serving them. We didn't want to be like the corporation noodles. We wanted to keep it locally owned and locally driven. And so we wanted to do it a little bit different. We want to focus on ramen because ramen is what it's all about. There's a lot of zen and spirituality to making ramen, both the broth, the soup, and the noodles. And we hope to learn more about that.
From a story we brought you last week, the planned groundbreaking renovations for Old Town Square, expected to start tomorrow, have been canceled. The event will be rescheduled to a future date. Construction is expected to begin in several weeks. Rescheduling the groundbreaking event gives the contractors time to stage equipment and complete some deconstruction activities. The future groundbreaking ceremony will be in partnership with future renovation events. Construction will be done in phases and hopes to be complete by New West Fest in August. Well, that's all the time we have tonight, folks.
Be sure and follow us on Twitter at CollegianC and like us on Facebook at Collegian Central.
And for all our stories and shows, check out collegian.com. Plus, if you haven't already, be sure and download the new Collegian app.
Have a great week, Rams, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday at 8 o'clock.